Have you ever wondered why Japanese women don't seem to age the same way we do? In Tokyo, menopause isn't even seen as a medical problem, it's just a second spring. Today I'm showing you the 3 specific things they do every single day to stay lean and energetic while the rest of the world is struggling with hot flashes. When my own body started changing at 42, I felt completely blindsided. I remember waking up at 2 in the morning. My sheets were soaked through, my heart was racing for no reason. I did what most of us do in the West. I ran straight to the drugstore. I bought the expensive night creams. I tried 3 different herbal supplements. I even looked into hormone patches. Our Western approach is very predictable. We isolate the single symptom. Then we try to treat it. If your skin is dry, you buy a thicker lotion. If you cannot sleep, you take a pill. If your mood swings, you look for a quick fix. It feels like putting a tiny Band-Aid on a bursting pipe. The relief always feels temporary, but there is a completely different way to look at this transition. Across the ocean, Japan has used food as medicine for centuries. It is not a clinical treatment, it is a daily way of living. The statistics are hard to ignore. Japanese women report vastly lower rates of menopausal symptoms compared to women in Western countries. They experience fewer hot flashes. They report less sudden weight gain. They seem to glide through midlife with an enviable amount of energy. When I first read these statistics, I assumed it was just good luck. I thought it must be their genetics. But then I looked deeper into the actual lifestyle data. The most surprising part has nothing to do with genetics. It is not about some exotic ingredient you have never heard of. You do not need to hunt down rare herbs. It is actually about when and how they eat. More on that in just a moment. To understand how this works, we need to leave our busy routines behind for a minute. Imagine a quiet morning in a residential Tokyo neighborhood. The sun is just starting to hit the narrow streets. There are no blaring car horns. There is no frantic rushing. Step inside a traditional Japanese kitchen. You do not smell burnt espresso or sugary breakfast pastries. Instead, the air is filled with a warm, deeply comforting aroma. It is the smell of simmering miso broth. You hear the soft, steady hiss of steamed rice. A woman stands by the stove. She moves with quiet ease. She is preparing breakfast with real intention. It is not about convenience. It is about nourishment. When I began researching this cultural difference, I uncovered a fascinating linguistic detail. The Japanese language does not even have a precise word for hot flash. Think about that for a second. We talk about hot flashes constantly, but they do not even have a direct name for them. The closest term they use translates roughly to shoulder stiffness. They also use phrases that mean a general sense of fatigue. For them, this midlife transition is called kanenki. The literal translation is beautiful. It means renewal years or second spring. It is viewed as a season of personal growth, not physical decline. This mindset is not a result of genetic luck. Science shows us a very clear picture here. When women move from Japan to Western countries, their lifestyle changes. They start eating a standard Western diet. Guess what happens? Their menopausal symptoms spike, their hot flashes return. This proves it is not about their DNA. This is about centuries of a deeply intentional relationship between the food they eat and the bodies they inhabit. So what exactly are they doing differently every single day? The first daily habit revolves around fermented soy foods. This includes staples like miso, natto, and tempeh. Now, I know exactly what you might be thinking. Soy is a highly controversial topic in Western wellness circles. I was honestly very skeptical myself when I first looked into it. We are often told to avoid it entirely. But the secret lies in the processing. The Japanese do not consume highly processed soy isolates found in protein bars and meal replacements. They eat traditional fermented soy. This is a completely different food. And if you have any personal health concerns around soy, your doctor is always the right person to check with first. These fermented foods are incredibly rich in substances called isoflavones. These are natural plant compounds. Let's use a simple analogy to understand how they work inside your body. When you turn 40, your body's natural estrogen begins to fluctuate and drop. It is like your internal radio station is losing its signal. The connection gets static and loud. This static causes your hot flashes and night sweats. And that is exactly where isoflavones come in. Think of them as a gentle plant-made translator for your hormones. Isoflavones do not try to replace your human estrogen. They are much weaker than real estrogen. Instead, they act like a friendly helper. They step in and help your body hear the fading hormonal signal more clearly. They soften the drop. They smooth out the jagged peaks and valleys. The data on this completely blew my mind. On average, Japanese women consume about 50 milligrams of these plant helpers every single day. Do you know how much the average Western woman gets? about 2 milligrams. It is a massive gap. This daily nourishment leads to a much smoother hormonal shift. It means fewer sudden temperature spikes. It leads to much calmer nights. The micro payoff here is incredibly simple to achieve. You do not need to overhaul your entire pantry. Just adding one single bowl of traditional miso soup to your daily routine is a meaningful starting point. It gives your body that gentle hormonal translator right at the start of the day. The second habit is a cultural concept called Hara Hachi. This is a centuries-old tradition that began in Okinawa. It is deeply embedded in the rhythm of daily life across the entire country. It translates to a very simple rule of thumb: eat until you're 80% full. Let us be completely clear about what this is. This is not a restrictive diet. This is not about deprivation. It is not about counting points or measuring portions. Think of it more like stopping a wonderful conversation. You want to stop just before you have said absolutely everything. You leave a little bit of room at the end. You leave a little space for comfort. Why does this matter so much after 40? When we hit this stage of life, our metabolism naturally shifts gears. Our bodies become much more sensitive to internal stress. When we eat until we are completely stuffed, it triggers a metabolic emergency inside. It causes sudden, sharp spikes in our blood sugar. This forces our bodies to pump out massive amounts of insulin. It also sends cortisol, our primary stress hormone, straight through the roof. High cortisol tells your body to store fat right around your midsection. By practicing this gentle rule, you keep your insulin stable. You protect your body from those exhausting cortisol spikes. It supports a healthy weight naturally. You do not have to count a single calorie. Research suggests this simple habit reduces a person's daily energy intake by roughly a fifth, and you achieve that reduction without reading a single nutrition label. You do not have to track a single number on a phone app. The micro payoff here is all about practicing patience. When you finish your main course tonight, simply try a 20-minute pause. Step away from the table before you reach for seconds. Do not immediately grab the dessert menu. Give your brain time to receive the signal from your stomach. It takes time for the body to realize it is fed. You will be amazed at how often the craving for more food simply vanishes during those 20 minutes. The third habit is the way they view daily movement. In our Western culture, we often view movement as a chore. We treat it like a punishment for what we ate. We think we have to put on specialized gear. We think we must drive to a gym. We think we need to sweat on a treadmill for an hour. In Japan, walking is not viewed as formal exercise. It is simply a daily ritual. It is woven directly into the fabric of daily existence. They walk to the local train station. They walk to the neighborhood market for fresh ingredients. They take a short stroll through the streets after dinner. Movement is the default setting of life. It is not the rare exception after 40. This kind of gentle, consistent movement is pure gold for your female body. It does something truly magical for your metabolism. It maintains your insulin sensitivity throughout the entire day. It also keeps your lymphatic system moving. Think of your lymph system as the body's internal cleaning crew. It flushes out waste and reduces fluid retention. But the lymph system does not have its own pump like your heart does. It only moves when your muscles move. This isn't about burning calories. It is about keeping your internal waters flowing. It keeps your energy steady. It prevents that heavy, stagnant feeling that so often creeps in during midlife. Your entry point is simple. After your next lunch, step outside for 15 minutes. That single walk already puts this method to work. Now let us open up that surprising detail I mentioned earlier, the unexpected nuance that changes everything. It turns out that when you eat matters just as much as what you eat. In our modern culture, we tend to follow a very specific pattern. We eat a light breakfast on the run. We eat a quick lunch at our desk. Then we eat a massive heavy dinner late at night. We use food as a reward at the end of a stressful day. But Japanese tradition does the exact opposite. Their largest, most substantial meal is eaten at midday. Their dinner is typically much smaller. It is light and easy to digest. Think about how your body operates. When you consume heavy carbohydrates late at night, your insulin has to work overtime, but it is working against a naturally slowing nighttime metabolism. It is like trying to wash your car during a heavy downpour. It is completely inefficient. It causes your body to store that energy as fat around your middle. It also disrupts your deep sleep cycles. This makes your night sweats significantly worse. Japanese women discovered this wisdom through generations of practice. They did not need modern science to prove it to them. They just listened to their bodies. But here's a common myth I want to bust right now. You do not have to completely change your palate. You do not have to eat exclusively Japanese food to get these results. The core principles work beautifully with whatever food is already sitting on your plate right now. It is about the method, not just the menu. So how do we actually bring these time-tested habits into our busy lives here at home? Let us break it down into realistic steps you can start this week. First, let's talk about miso. Try having a cup of miso soup 3 or 4 times a week. When you go to the grocery store, skip the soup aisle. Head straight to the refrigerated section. Look for unpasteurized miso paste. The live cultures matter deeply for your gut health. All you do is stir a spoonful into warm water. Just remember one rule: do not use boiling water. Extreme heat can destroy those delicate beneficial helpers. Second, adopt the 20-minute pause. When you finish your dinner tonight, set a timer on your phone, walk away from the kitchen, read a chapter of a book, chat with your family. If you're still truly hungry after 20 minutes, you can absolutely have more food. But give your body that window to signal its satisfaction. Third, introduce a 15-minute walk right after your lunch. Do not wait until the very end of the day when you are exhausted. Just 15 minutes around your neighborhood makes a massive difference. This tiny habit alone completely shifts your body's insulin response to the meal you just ate. Fourth, try an experiment for just 2 weeks. Make your midday lunch your heaviest, most satisfying meal, then make your evening dinner light and simple. Notice how your sleep changes. Notice if those nighttime temperature spikes start to calm down. You don't have to do all 4 of these steps at once. That is the quickest way to feel overwhelmed. Just start with one single habit, see what happens. At the end of the day, Japanese women are not genetically different from us. They simply build different habits over many generations. The body you are living in right now is incredibly intelligent. It is constantly responding to what you feed it. It responds to when you feed it. It even responds to how you think about food. You possess the power to change those inputs. I'm so grateful you spent this time with me today. Have you ever tried traditional miso soup before? Or is there a beautiful food tradition from your own family heritage that you think helps keep you grounded? I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let us keep learning from each other.